going on? All right, are you ready to be in the kitchen today? We are making a yellow split pea soup today, and it is so simple but so yummy that anybody can make it. And we have been talking about aging this week. And one of the things that we learned about inflammation and our epigenetics is that fiber is really important to slow down the aging process. So that's why we're making a split pea soup, because it's made from yellow split peas, which have tons of fiber and tons of protein. And like I said, this is so easy to make. It's almost child's play. So I know we're always interested in things that are easy and quick and don't take a lot of time. All right, so we are your daily energy bite, and we are coming to you to help you to create the health of your dreams. And this is where we're at today. Hey, OJ, how are you doing in the house?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm excited to be here again.
All right. So we're going to get going because I got started already. Let's see if you can see here, or if I should move it. I'll move it back a bit. I'll just move it back a bit. Is that okay? You can still see what's going on.
Yeah, I can see it.
I got started already. So we have literally 5 ingredients that we're using today. That's it. So it's not like there's a lot to do. And what I've done is I have my pot on the stove, my soup pot here on the stove. And you can use water or you can use oil. So the first thing is to soften the onions or saute the onions. So what I've done to make this an oil-free soup is I've put a thin layer of water on the bottom, and I added my onions. I love cooking this way because as it softens, I don't need to worry about it burning unless I ran out of water. And you can always add a little bit of water at a time when you're cooking with water. Your other option is to add the oil, kind of the traditional way, and saute your onions till they become soft. So this is what we're doing right now. And then our second step is to add some carrots. All right, so this has been simmering on the pot. It takes about 5 minutes for the onions to get soft with the water method. And so we're just about there right now. So the next step is to add some carrots. So I've got some diced carrots here that I've diced these carrots up. It's about 1.5 cups or so. You can use up to 2 cups. I mean, really, it's how much you want. I'm just literally adding them to my pot. And I'm going to let them simmer and saute with the onions for a few minutes. All right. So we just lost an onion there, but that's okay. So we're going to just let that simmer for a few minutes. Easy peasy. In the meantime, I just want to talk about the split peas because we're going to be adding about a cup and a half of yellow split peas. Now if you've been watching, we had our sprouting unit where we talked about the importance of soaking our beans and all those lentils and seeds and nuts because they have enzyme inhibitors on them. The good news is the split peas do not have the enzyme inhibitors on them. And so we are good to go. You do not have to soak them. However, optionally, you can soak them. If you soak them, it will soften them and the cooking time will be reduced a bit from kind of what the normal cooking time is. So that's I guess the benefit of soaking. But if you're kind of in a jam and you're last minute, you can just use the split peas as they are. And split peas cannot be sprouted because they've been split. They're not something that you can sprout. So just a little bit on the split peas and how they work. I'm just going to turn my attention to the stove for a minute and just kind of move my onions and carrots around for a couple of seconds. And with the split peas, you want to make sure that you wash them. So you want to wash them in kind of a cold, coldish water. And the first time when you wash them, the water is going to be very cloudy. And so what you do is just keep rinsing the water and stirring it around and rinsing. And you may find some little tiny stones, like little pebbles, or you might find some kind of the husks of the chickpea or husks of the split peas. So you can just kind of throw those out. And similar to when we did our sprouting, when you soak and you wash the split peas, if there's husks that have kind of come off of the split pea, then they will rise to the top. And then as you're rinsing, they'll come off that way. So make sure you rinse them. For me, I rinse them until the water is pretty clean. And it takes about 4 to 5 rinses to get it to that point. So that's an important step that you should take when you're making your split peas too. All right. So we've let them, I would say you could do a couple more minutes, but I'm going to do the fast version today. It doesn't matter. And I like to add my spices now and let them meld the flavors with the vegetables. But the only spices we're using today are salt and pepper. And so I've got a little bit of salt and pepper, and then you can adjust for your own taste. I'm on a low sodium lifestyle right now, so I'm not adding too much salt, but you can add more if you need. And the beauty of salt is you can always add it after. So I'm just going to add that in and let it stir it around. And then we're ready to add the water. So now I'm going to add some water in. So it's about 8 cups. It's going to fill it up pretty high. You could use broth or like vegetable broth or vegetable stock as well. And that'll give it a nice flavor. It'll add some flavor to it if you'd like to use those. Those are good. And I'm just going to turn my heat up to high. And I'm going to, now we wait until this boils. That's the next step. So while we're waiting, I put I did a little video, so I'm going to see if we can watch the video here. Really, this is because you can't see what I'm doing. So I made a little video so we can see what's happening. So here we'll start here. I've got a little bit of water in the pot, and it's now I'm adding in my onion into this. Here, let's see. We'll move it forward a little bit. So we've added our onion in, and we're sauteing the onion in water. So it's just basically sauteing in the water. Gonna let it, there's a little bit of steam coming up. So we just stir it around a little bit here and there. And we kind of wait till it's soft, and you can see it's soft because the onion becomes translucent. So we're just gonna let it go. We're doing fast motion here. I added a little bit more water because it ran out of water here. I don't know if you can see there. I'm adding a bit more water because it ran out of water at the bottom. I didn't want it to start scorching. And so then I add my carrots in. So I've got a good healthy portion of carrots into the soup. And you can make, really how much you want, but I think we're looking at a cup to a cup and a half. Stir it up here until it is blended, and then we're just going to let it simmer and saute with the onions here. So now we're about 7 minutes in here on this one. So we've got the onions, so we're just going to let them go and let them boil, or let them go until they're soft. And I think now we're added our water now. We're gonna add our water. Yeah. So we've added our water here. And so we're waiting till the water boils. Yeah, we're waiting till the water boils. Whee! And you can see here on this, the water is boiled. Once the water boils, then we add in our split peas. And then you're going to want to continue to stir it so that the split peas don't fall to the bottom. Once it starts boiling again, the split peas will keep moving around, and it's so you're okay as long as you keep your simmer on. But when you first start, they will they will sink to the bottom if you don't stir them at the bit. But so you start seeing that they start, this is the carrots and the onions, a little bit of froth there, but that's fine. And then you add in at this point, while we're waiting, because it's our other one is still going, you can add in your chickpeas now. Or sorry, I keep saying chickpeas, it's split peas here. So we're going to add, so you can see I've got I'm adding in the split peas here. I added them. And so you're going to let it come back to a boil. And then once it boils, then we can let it simmer with a lid partially on it. So it's going to go back to a boil, and we're going to stir it a little bit here and there till it comes to a boil. And then once it's boiling, then we're going to turn the heat down and put a lid on it and let it simmer. Yay. And there we have the lid on. So that's enough of that. All right. So ours is almost boiling. I'm just letting it go till it's boiling. And then, of course, when you boil it, you simmer it with the lid on, with a 3/4 on. You want to stir it every so often to make sure things don't sink to the bottom and everything is good. It takes about an hour to, I'm going to say an hour to an hour and a half for the to simmer it. My family likes it that all the split peas are very soft. You can stop it earlier, and you might have some that are firm. They won't be hard like a rock, but they will be on the crunchier, firmer side. And so it's really your taste of what you like. Our family likes it really soft and almost mushy, if you will, so that the split peas will break up. And so that's going to take about an hour and a half, but you can judge yourself. Just do a taste test to check where the split peas are at. And as they go, they will thicken up. So I have some, I'm going to show you kind of the stages of once you've added the water. So this one has been boiling for about 20 minutes here. And if you look at it, the split peas, although you can't see it that well because of the heat and the fog from the heat, it is the chickpeas are still pretty much intact. They're not. They haven't started to break up. And then as you go, I've got another one here. As you go, they start to break up, and then that thickens your soup base, so it becomes thicker. So you can see here. I don't know if it's hard to see on the thing, but you can see that it's starting to thicken, and this is yeah. So you're going to get a little thicker here. See if it shows. Let me see. Hang on. I got it here somewhere. Oh, no. Okay. And then the last one here. So that's at about an hour. And then you can see, it's hard to see, but it starts getting a bit on the mushier side. And mushy sounds like a bad word, but it starts breaking down and it gets thicker. All right. So you can see that it's pretty thick. And then, you can judge it yourself. If you feel that you need to add more water, because it will reduce as you are cooking it, you can add more water as well to it. And I'm going to show you, since we're here. This is the final product that we made, and this one is really thick, which is the way that we like it.
Yeah.
It's very thick,
Yeah.
and you can't really see the chickpea. The split peas are pretty much now part of the broth, and so it's pretty thick. Now,
Yeah.
if you put it in the fridge, it will be thicken up. What I do when I'm reheating it is I put some in a pot, and I do add either some stock or some water to it to thin it out. So you can always, like, I can always thin this out, but as it sits, it will thicken up. But it's good. Tastes so good. Very simple.
Yummy.
Very simple and yummy.
Yeah.
It's very simple and yummy. So we're still waiting to boil, but I hope that gives you a good idea of how you can make a very simple but very nutrient dense soup. You can have it for lunch with a salad, and you have an amazing lunch. Add some of the anti-inflammatory vegetables to your lunch, to your salad, and that will help you in your quest to slow down the aging process and um, slow down how much inflammation is coming into your body. OJ, any questions?
Okay, so I was thinking, how long can you store the this split pea soup? If you want to store
How
it,
long?
like, keep in the fridge, how long can you store it?
So you could store it for about a week. And so you can make a big batch. You can also freeze it if you like to freeze some of it. Some people will. I have a big family, so I'll make a big pot of it, and it's gone in like 2 days. It's almost gone in the first day. But the if some people, what they'll do is they'll make a big batch and freeze half of it and have half of it now, and then later on they can go back and add more. Uh, Take the one out of the freezer, and they've got a second batch. But yeah, it's about a week that it'll last in the fridge. Any other
Okay.
questions? Oh, we're boiling now. Woo!
Oh, wow.
We're boiling,
That's
so I'm going
all
to
my
add in
questions.
my split peas that I've got. So they're once
Oh,
they're wet,
wow.
they stick together. So they're like a half of
Yeah.
a pea here. So I the
Yeah.
yellow ones, like when I was in Australia, we couldn't find the yellow split peas. There's also green split peas, and you could use the same with the green split peas if you'd like. But look how they
Okay.
they basically stick together. So I'm gonna use my spoon here to add them in. My daughter can hardly wait for her lunch time. She loves split pea soup. It really is a and it's so easy to make. It's very simple. I hope you saw that. So yeah. So now all I'm gonna
Yeah.
do is this is gonna boil. This is basically boiling here. So I'm gonna turn it down and let it simmer on the stove for me, on our family, and the way we like it, it'll be about an hour and a half, and it'll be ready to eat. So I'm just going to put that on
Wow.
there, and just double check every so often that it's stir it up to make sure that the split peas don't fall to the bottom and get stuck on the bottom, and also to make sure that it's um, boiling at at a simmer, so that it's at a good pace for the boil. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So easy.
Wow.
I encourage you
Yeah.
to try making this for your lunch. It's a great lunch to have over the course of the work week, uh, for sure. And like I said, that and a salad, and you are on your way to aging backwards, one bite at a time. All right. So we will be back to talk more about aging next week. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye for now.
Bye.